Hi, my name is Connie Jewell, and I will be presenting on how is Northrop Grumman advancing future technology. I have my slides next to me for my reference, but you probably can't see them very well, so please feel free to follow along with the slides that I also post along with this video. So, my first point is technology. It's everywhere, but the real question is, who's moving it along? We know the obvious companies, but who's doing it behind the scenes? I want to take a look at a company who might be working things underneath our noses, and that company is, you guessed it, Northrop Grumman. So, who is Northrop Grumman? Well, Northrop Grumman is an aerospace engineering company. They're also in defense and contracting. So here's their logo, and right underneath here is something that Northrop Grumman is also known for. I'm going to get into the details of Northrop Grumman in the next slide. So the next slide is about aerospace engineering and basically what it is. Aerospace engineering is basically space shuttles, satellites, and military machines. And this is what Northrop Grumman is mostly known for with everything, but they're also known for defense and contracting. And defense and contracting started all the way back in the Cold War when there was the space race between the Soviet Union and the US, and it's what's above in the skies and who was going to get there first and how we were going to build our way there. So what has Northrop Grumman done? Well, Northrop Grumman has helped build the Apollo shuttles. They've had their part in building the stuff for that, and they've also helped the Air Force and satellites, and here's actually a UAV that Northrop Grumman has built parts for. But with whom are they doing this? Well, they're doing it with NASA. NASA's a huge company that they actually work with a lot, as you can see with the Apollo shuttles. They are also doing a lot more, and I will get into that further down the road. But NASA is also a very famous company for being advanced. And there's Lockheed Martin as well. Lockheed Martin is also an aerospace engineering company, also in contracting, so if you know about them, you probably know about Northrop Grumman, which I'd be very surprised about. But they're also work alongside with Northrop Grumman. So how much are they worth? Well, according to the stocks, they are worth $313, which is a lot for a stock, so that can show you how well the company is doing, but they actually were in a downslope, and I will get into that in the next slide. And what happened? Well, water contamination. So Northrop Grumman had been was known for years that there was water contamination in the local New York area of Bethpage County in New York. And what did they do to fix it? Well, to fix it, they said a formal apology, and that formal apology was basically saying that they will work on creating a plan to get rid of the water contamination, and the apology was accepted, and so they proposed an amended remedy which will slowly get rid of the contamination. So my study that I did for this research was a survey, and I did it on Google Forms, and there were 20 participants, and the age range was also from 16 to 62, which I know is a very big age range, but I will explain why I chose that age range. So I chose it because, well, I wanted some young input from people who may not know the company, and I wanted it from some older people who might actually do know the company, and so I wanted to see if maybe the older generation wasn't aware of Northrop Grumman, and I was very actually surprised by the results, which I will be showing you next. So who's aware of Northrop Grumman? Well, 65% of people said no, which was kind of expected, but also 35% of the participants was a yes, which actually surprised me a lot, because I know a lot of people don't actually know who Northrop Grumman is unless they're in the business of aerospace engineering or other things like that. I also asked the people who did not know who Northrop Grumman was, to list companies, and they came up with NASA, which is who they work with, Apple, SpaceX, Microsoft, Boeing, and Samsung. And Boeing is actually an aerospace engineering company, so that was a little weird that they knew Boeing but not Northrop Grumman. And why the other companies? Well, other companies are actually seen in a different light with how they produce technology. Like Apple, for example, you know as your phones, and you probably think, oh, technology like that is being advanced. Or Microsoft, same thing with computers. Also, it has to do with people's age. And are they advancing in technology? I asked this to the people who know, who said they knew who Northrop Grumman was, and 14.3% of people said that they didn't think that Northrop Grumman was advancing technology, and this is probably due to them not knowing a lot about the company and them thinking, oh, I don't want to say anything. Now next, where are they going? Well, NASA's actually working with Northrop Grumman again to work on this project called the Artemis Project, where they're trying to send the next humans to the moon again, possibly a woman to the moon as well in 2024, which is frankly amazing. So the motto that they have, for Northrop Grumman is defining possible, and here's a few quotes that I really liked from them. And here's actually a link to their Defining Possible page, which I really like the video on there. It's very inspiring. So for the closing, in the middle of it all, there's obviously working together. Northrop Grumman works together with a lot of companies, and then defining possible and also pushing the boundaries. Northrop Grumman is pushing the boundaries on technology and what they can do and what is possible, hence their slogan, Defining Possible. And that concludes. Are there any questions? Didn't think so. Alright, thank you for listening.